Hello and welcome to the challenge series of the M2 Cup at Imola. So qualifying has just gone underway. Not looking at a very good turnout today in this race. We have a mixture of 10 drivers. Hopefully they can take it to each other and we could have some good close racing. Make it nice and exciting. Please mind me in advance if I put you off to sleep, as I'm new to the whole commentating thing and I have Indianitis as well, so it's nice to see my gear on track, and we see Osman and Fali return to some racing. Nice to see what he can do today. We have Quinton Hall. Wow, it would be nice if there was different cars, but they're all the same. So it makes for some good racing now. So we have 12 minutes left in qualifying. We see Shan did a 2-minute 12 already, with Quinton 4 seconds behind. Wesley currently in 3rd place, well off the pace. I guess that's his outlaw. Hopefully they'll be putting in some pace laps soon. Right on board with Shan. It'd be interesting to see what it does. You see there's Marlene, Radner, Mike, Osman and Bertus haven't set any lap times yet. Hopefully the racing should be tight, as they're all racing for the top 3 spots qualify for the next semi-final or semi-race in the M2 Cup. So they will be rewarded with good driving here today. Mic check for Leandre, my only listener today. Hopefully that's good enough, Leandre. I'm so used to TeamSpeak with push to talk, but I'm not using that today. So we have Werner, who did a 158.8. He's very close. Between him and Shan, Mike is not too far behind, followed closely by Brandon. And then 5th place we have Wesley Delport, running almost a 2-minute flat, with Quinton very close behind him. I see the Mauritian is back, and he's running a 2-minute 1 second at the moment. Ryan is not too far off at a 2-minute 2. We're just waiting on Osmond and Bertis and Malene, as they haven't done any laps yet. Let's see if we can see what they're up to. Okay, Bertis is on his outlap at the moment. Malene is taking it very easy on her outlap. Oh, his outlap. I do apologize in advance. Bertis is now on his outlap. It will be fun to see what he can do. We have just 7 minutes left in this qualifying session. It would be interesting to see the times now, as it would give you enough time for at least 2 laps with an outlap. Sorry, excluding an outlap. It would be interesting to see the difference in pace between this race and all the guys that qualified up front for the pro section. I do apologize, I'm just having a little bit technical difficulties with the broadcasting overlays. I will be back in a few seconds. I do apologize, I'm just having a few difficulties with the broadcaster application that shows us all the timing screens and overlays for all the drivers. And I am struggling a bit with the names currently. Abbreviated is not the best form for me at this moment. I will try and get it back for you very shortly. I do apologize for the inconvenience. Do apologize. I had to bring back some rudimentary tools to get some of the names, as qualifying is now at an end. We have Werner Hruft in pole position, and he's followed by, I want to say Smith, but I might be wrong. Oh, this is not going well at all. Quali is now over. I am just gonna try and get the applications back on, and the stream will be back up just before the race starts. I'll be back now. And we back for the start of the race. This is a rolling start, so the drivers will have the warm-up lap to get around the track and warm up their tires, get everything up to speed, up to temperature, and they will bunch up at the second last corner and we'll be racing from there. I do apologize, I'm still struggling with the broadcaster app for some reason. It just does not like me today, but let's hope it goes well. And we off. So we do have Werner in first position. Nice start from him. He managed to get away with his BMW. Followed closely by Shan, who's looking to be, well, him and his teammate Brendan are very close by, but the gap seems to be opening up already in the first laps. At least it's an incident-free first lap. Brendan's right there for the taking as well. And then he's followed closely by Mike McGear in fourth position. It's nice to see incident-free racing at the start of it, and everyone fairly closely packed together. Wesley Dalport right in the tail of Mike McGear. Could make a move under the braking. Hopefully he is more patient. That's good, and then he can try and get a good drive into the main straight. And he goes for the move. And he's got it done. Mike was just left, standing still. So it seems to be a good battle between Brandon and Shan. Wesley managed to, Wesley managed to catch up to the back of Shan very quickly. Not too sure if he made an error there. Right on board to see how it goes into the next braking zone. It's a very easy but tricky corner. There we go, you just slightly brake too extra, you lose a lot of speed coming out, and here it's important to carry as much speed as possible. Will you get a run on the straight? Yes. He is now into second place. Shan, we're just going to chase through the field quickly. We've got Shan in second place. Brendan currently in fourth. And as I say that Brendan goes off the track, Mike manages to get by. And he's under attack again. Battle heating up. Do apologize, without the broadcaster apps it does make it quite difficult to get all the driver's details, and I'm sorry, I'm quite pathetic today. Ride with Wesley Delport, who's leading this race quite comfortably at the moment. But Werner trying to chase him down, Werner actually lost that position, so he would be trying to gain that position back. And the gap is quite considerably quite big, and you see Shan is in third place, so Werner did manage to open up a gap between him. Mike McGear is back on the charge. He was familiar with this 2 Series, and I think he did win the 2 Series Cup about 2 seasons back. So it'd be interesting to see what he could do later in this race. Mark McGee and signature purple car. And then you got Osman in 5th place, so not bad. Good drive from him considering his time away from sim racing. Do apologize for the lack of commentary, guys. Just trying to get this information showing, which I'm struggling with, to get all the drivers' details and that sort of stuff. At the moment I'm running blind, and obviously in panic mode, so it's not making for any good commentary or any good setup or anything else. To answer one of the questions on YouTube, Maynard, I'm sure there's a mandatory pit stop that would have to be. You don't have to take tires. You don't have to take fuel either. You should, but you have to have all 4 wheels come to a standstill. So. Yeah, so hopefully that answers the pit stop question. Currently the field is fairly spread out due to the number of drivers not being so many as well, so we'll just switch around for some different views. If you want any specific views, let me know, because literally that's all I can do at the moment. We have Wesley Delport in first place with a big lead already, and that time is continuously opening up. And then in second place we have Werner, who's not doing too bad. He's holding up second place quite nicely, and he's followed by Shan in third place in the turquoise M235. I must say I'm not a big fan of this car, but it does make for some very good racing. And then after that, there we have Mike McGear in 4th position. That gap between Mike and Shan seems to be opening up, so I'm not too sure if Mike is just trying to save his tires, or is he just taking it easy, or is he has some damage on the vehicle. It does look quite pretty still, so I doubt there is much damage. Then we have Osman, who is not too far off Mike at the moment, but you can see he's coming under attack by Brendan, so I think Brendan did have her off because he's lost quite a few places at the moment, and that race is on. And further back we have me, but we have the Gregoire from Mauritius. It's nice to see him joining a lot of our races, and seems to be enjoying racing with simRace SA, which is always a good sign, having international rivals here. And then followed by Bertus in 10th position. You can see his vehicle, he did have an off, he does have some damage on that vehicle. Not too sure where it was. I do apologize again. I know this is a bad broadcast from my side, and I do apologize. I think you can hear I'm dropping things as well. And then you have Malene, and I'll say that goes straight off. Is that a picture of Malene on the vehicle? I'm not too sure. So guys on the chat, can you advise? Malene seems to be... Oh, what a crash! Right at pit entry. I'm not too sure what has happened there. But then we have Wesley Dalport coming in to put a lap, but it seems that Malene is now in the pits. And... Thanks Lance. That does help. At least I have some sector split times at the moment, so I will display that on your screen so you can see as well, but it's not the... it is a bit locked. I can't really display that part on the screen at the moment. Maynard, are you laughing at me or that crash? Not too sure though. But that was a bit of a weird crash at the moment. Got Werner in 2nd place. I'm sure he'd be trying to close that 16-second deficit to Wesley Dalport. But you see, Wesley is on the medium tire. Everyone else, oh sorry, not everyone else. Wesley's on medium. You got Werner on the hard compound tire. Could be losing a lot of time. Now, but that could pay back. I'm not too sure if the medium tire will last the duration of this race, so it will be interesting to see that part of it. You got Shan. Shan's also running the medium compound tire in 3rd place, and he's 2.1 seconds off Werner at the moment. You got Mike McGear, Osman Vali also on the medium tire. You have Brandon Smith running medium. Basically the rest of the field besides grid, so it would be really interesting. Let's see if there's any battles that we can focus on. There seems to be a battle for 6th position, is it? Let's try it on board. We have Osman in front. Thanks for the name tags there, Leandre. It would do for now, unfortunately.
Channel switched. Sound resumed.
See, this battle for 5th position is still going on. Seems to be going on lap after lap. I have switched it to auto camera at the moment, so it will be following the the smallest gaps and seeing how well these drivers can do. It's nice to see the pressure being put on. See some mistakes coming from Osman, run very wide from that apex, missed it by a long shot. Let's see how he goes down into the next braking zone. Brendan is putting on the pressure, waiting for Osman to make a mistake. See from Osman's point, he's got clear track. He should not look in the mirrors and try and pull away. Just look at the steering inputs. It's Brandon he's concentrating a lot. Minimal inputs, which is very nice to see. Nice carbon fiber on those steerings. Then we have Osman making a mistake and he dives into the pits. I do apologize for this. I was trying to find Osman to see if he's taking on tires or just fuel. Looks like it's just fuel for him. I didn't see the car come up. Osman's back out the pits and it's making his way. We have Ryan who's getting it very sideways. Lucky he managed to keep it on track. Aqua Racing representing. I think his teammate Brent is in the other race at the moment. We have Wesley in pole position first, pulling away. I see Wesley's lapping 2 minutes 2 seconds at the moment. I'm not too sure if his tires are wearing off. Maybe he requires a pit soon. And we can see Wallin is back on track. Fixed car. I'm not too happy with that car at the moment, but getting hang of it. Werner is currently in second place. See, his last lap was a 1:59, so he's currently lapping at 3 seconds faster than the pole sitter at the moment. We have Shan in third place, and he's also in the 59 mark, and he's actually lapping a bit faster than Werner, so nice to see there what's going to happen. Mike as well is not doing too bad at the moment. Under no pressure at the moment from Brendan, but Brendan's driving well so far, so hopefully we should see him up there in a few minutes. Quentin is currently in 6th position. Synergy Racing BMW. Like the camo livery. And the Mauritian is currently in 7th. He's a bit off the pace at the moment, but he's got some company behind him. Osman, who's already pitted, so still on a medium tire. So I'm not too sure if he changed tires, but it'll be interesting to see what's his pace like. And then we have Ryan in 9th place. Not too bad off the pace, but taming the beast at the moment. Car looks very second hand, and as I say that, I will stop talking of Ryan. This is like Jason's curses. Pole position, Wesley Dalport just running away at the moment. None of his competitors are in sight. Oh, and we have Bertus, who has just left and disconnected from the server, unfortunately. Not too sure what happened there. Shan's in 3rd position, catching up. We have Malene, who's been lapped a few times at the moment. Mike is coming up to lap traffic. It will be interesting to see how he gets on with this. And Malene just moves out the way. Nice driving. Can see Brandon in the rearview mirrors of Mike's vehicle at the moment. He'll just ride on board with a few drivers for a few laps. Hope we don't mind. We have Quinton now in the pits. We have Osman, who has already pitted, so he will get a position back. I did not see Gregoire in the pits at the moment. See, Brandon Smith just exit the pits. It's going to be... He did get the undercut on Osman during the pits. But, oh, Oz ran wide. Well, he underbraked. Got a bit excited there for that position. Now he's got some work to do to catch up. So you have Brandon currently in 5th position. Mike is currently in 4th position at the moment, making his way down. And we have Ryan a bit further back, and we have 10 laps left in this race. I see Ryan is just trying to stay in the back of Shan, who's in 3rd position. And as I say that, Shan jumps into the pits. It's like a very long pit lane. Feels forever. See, Mike is finally out of pits and in 3rd position, and Shan had a bit of a lengthy stop there, so he obviously changed tyres and fuel. Well, not changed fuel, but filled up with fuel. Now he's going to have to chase down Mike. Let's just cycle through the order at the moment. We have Wesley in 1st position and comfortable lead at the moment. I'm not too sure if Wesley had made his pit stop yet. I'm actually doubting it, but he should be fueled for. He should be coming in the next lap or two, which we'll monitor. We have Osman in 6th place, who's actually behind Wesley at the moment on track. So Wesley has a substantial lead over everyone else. Quentin's in 7th place, who's behind Osman there, coming in the straight. I'm sorry, Marlene. Gregoire is still in the pits, currently in 8th position. Werner comes into the pits now. Would be interesting to see if anyone gains a position over Werner while he's in the pits at the moment. He's on the hard compound tire, so he should just be taking fuel. Oh, but he missed his pit box, so slight delay there for him. He's exiting the pits now, still in 2nd position, so he had a healthy lead over 3rd place. Mike McGear. And Shan's in 4th place, so that was the pit stops unraveling. Shan must be pushing it hard at the moment, trying to catch up to Mike. Mike McGee had a... I think his last lap was a pit, or he had an off. He ran a 2-minute 18-second lap. Should be, I think that was his pit stop. Wesley just lapping Brendan. It's nice, he just gave him some room to get on with it. Wesley is looking untouchable in this race at the moment. He has a big gap to everyone else, and he's just taking the race to everyone. I'll just include some live timing on the stream, delta timing. Do apologize, I'm just dropping everything. It's a very bad day for me, I guess. Since the fields are widespread, I think it's time just to go sit in a few cars. We have Werner at the moment, who is currently in second position. Just watch him for a few laps. Currently there's no battles at the moment. It'd be interesting to see if Mike can put something into action and try and close that gap down to Werner. Right on board with Mike, currently in third position. So currently this would be your cutoff spot for your qualifying for your next M2 race. At least they won't have to do the hot lap qualifying session. Nice to see no one's cutting the track in this race. Everyone abiding to the track limits and staying within the lines. Seems we have a problem with Ryan. Not too sure. Just pulled over. Oh, him and Marlene had come together, so he was just waiting on her. On board Shan, currently in 4th position. He has caught up to Mike quite substantially. Hopefully with a few laps remaining, 5 laps so, he could take the battle to Mike there, try and put him under pressure. We're riding aboard Wesley, who is well up in front, coming to lap Ryan Hill again. Sorry guys, I know I'm boring because I think I'm putting myself to sleep as well. And Marlene's off again. Is it just me? In the commentary on YouTube, you can advise, is that Marlene or is that the paid model art for the vehicle? With 4 laps to go, I think it would be a good time to start going through the field quickly. Currently in 1st position we have Wesley Dalport. I do apologize, sorry. And 2nd position, following him we have Werner Hrift. It's quite some distance behind. It should be an easy run for Wesley at the moment. Next vehicle, this is P4. We have Shan in P4. Sorry, Mike McGee in P3 and Shan in P4. Quentin on your screen currently in 7th position. You have Gregor in 8th position at the moment. We're back to Werner in 2nd. Car is looking nice and neat still, so you can see he's kept off the walls and other vehicles as well. The key to sim racing, to good sim racing, is to be clean. Right on board with Brendan. I think all cars going forward should have your name at least on the front and rear of your vehicle, so in the event that the broadcasting app goes down, it makes it much easier for commentators to actually determine which vehicle is which. Against All Odds Racing, you see they rock that livery on their R8s, I think it is, in the GT Cup as well. The turquoise color, Kat's favorite color. You have Wesley, race leader, currently on the 29th lap, I think making his way down to my favorite part of the track, to be honest. Does go down very nicely in a drift car. We have Osman behind him, but currently in 6th position, so he's a lap or 2 down at the moment. Quentin in 7th position, not too far from Osman. Time is running out, 2 laps left to go. You got Gregoire in 8th position. You've got Werner still in 2nd position. Right number chosen for his vehicle as well. See the battle between Mike and Shan heating up. I think we'll with 1 lap remaining. Just checking where the leader is, we can always come back to that. Maybe let's just go on board with Shan. See how this last minute battle is going to end up. He's very close to Mike coming down the straight. Ooh, very hard on the brakes. Taking a lot of that curb does unsettle your car. Doesn't necessarily help you with a good drive off that corner. Is he going to go for it on the brake? Good thinking. He has a lap left. So this should be for the final podium spot for the qualifying race. So this is a do or die battle. He's going to get the draft down the straight. Can he put it to good use? Mike is on the defensive. Ooh, Mike tapped up a bit early there. Got Shan a bit off guard. Just want to check in with the leader to see where he is at the moment. And we have Wesley Delport crossing the line. And I think he is now on the final lap. So we will check back with him as this battle is still going on. if you were paying attention, I misread, so I thought that was the last lap. Little view from Mike's vehicle. Check Shan's driving skills. A lot of curb taken, but Mike is very slow. Got a bit of the sand. The gravel trap coming out of that chicane. Shan is putting on the pressure. He needs to make his move soon. Putting a lot of pressure on the Mike. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Oh, and Mike goes with the undercut. Runs a bit wide. Does Shan have anything for him? Coming down to the next breaking point. Ooh, they come very close. Good avoidance skills there by Shan. Not to end up in the back of Mike and ending or disappointing both their races. I do apologize. I will make sure that we have a proper broadcasting. Oh well, I have the broadcasting working properly next time. The online system does show Mike McGee in 6th place, but currently he is in 3rd position, so he will take that final spot, and I'll just do a rundown of all the drivers quickly. So we have Wesley Delport, who finished off in 1st, followed by Werner Krift with a 74-second gap, so Wesley really outshone. Followed thirdly by Mike, who are the top 3 that qualify for the next M2, so they don't have to do any last chance, so well, qualifying laps. Then you have Shan in 4th place, Brendan Smith 5th, Osman Vali in 6th, 7th you have Quinton Half, in 8th you have Gregor, 9th Ryan Hill, and 10th you have Malene. We do have a do not finish. By Burtis. It's unfortunate that we didn't see the likes of Brandon Landley, Chris Brown, Chase Gunther, Clifton Bridge. It would have been nice to see, but I do apologize for all the inconveniences and the lack of my bad commentary, and hope we have everything sorted and we'll see you at the next round. So from me, it'll be good night, and hopefully you still awake at your keyboard. Cheers, guys.
User joined your channel.
How's it?
Dead. I feel sleepy.
Yeah, actually it doesn't work out sometimes. I don't know. Hello everyone, and welcome to round 2 of the South African simM2 series at Imola. I look forward to some exciting racing this evening. And we just started the qualifying session, just 15 minutes in length. We just got just under 11 minutes remaining. It is Marcus Steyn, that's a Bashir Jadwal, I beg your pardon, who is on provisional pole position. In fact, Marcus Steyn matches him as well with a 57.151, the both of them. So that Ghostworks BMW working very well for the team at the moment. Bashir and Marcus matching each other. Can't you believe that? Unbelievable stuff. Chris Heineke looking very strong in 3rd position, being strong all weekend in practice. And as I say that, Wayne Wortley's also stepped up into 3rd position with a 58, basically flat, 58.8. Chris Heineke a bit behind there. Nazim Edwards in 5th position. And the tables are changing all the time. Brenton Seunarain up into 4th position with a 57.8. Wayne Wortley in 5th with a 58 flat. Chris Heineke in 58.8. Nazim Edwards in 7th. Nick Hodgson in the Dodge and Gut car. He's in 8th position at the moment. Adrian Govard in 9th. Daniel Becker in 10th position. Expect that order to change quite a bit throughout this remaining 9 minutes or so. The Oliphant now pops up into 3rd position. Oliphant joining the racing again after a bit of a break. That's certainly back with a bang with a 57.4, driving for RPM. Seunarain maintains 4th position. Let's see if anyone can take it to Bishir what this evening. If anyone can, will be this man, Marcus Stanley, crosses the line. Not to better his time, unfortunately, this time. But Jadward, of course, taking a dominant victory at Brands Hatch last time round. His teammate Marcus Stanley will be looking to take it to him. So will Leslie Oliphant. Back here at Imola, and it is Leslie Oliphant leading the way with a 57.129. The RPM BMW is absolutely flying here at Imola. And just 300ths of a second quicker than Bashir Jadwat. And as well as the same thing for Marcus Stan, of course, with those two guys doing a 57.151 each. Those two times coming down to 10,000ths of a second. It's so close. Unbelievable stuff. Chris Langenfeld, in the meantime, has put in a 57.490 to go fourth fastest. Wayne Watley in fifth. Brent Lizer in sixth position. Chris Heineken seventh. Matthew Boyne up into eighth. Started lap by him by the Synergy Racing driver Gustav Jacobs in the AM class. Really impressing this season. In his first Pro Series season for him. Nick Hodgson completes the top 10 at them with a 58.4. Gone even quicker. Wesley Front now up into 7th with a 57.933. The two Ghostworks BMW drivers running together. Trying to figure out a way to come to terms with Leslie Oliphant. Both Ghostworks BMWs about to start probably their last flying lap for the session. Let's see what they can come up with. Right on board now with Marcus Stan. Now on the main straight we go into turn one. Nice entry there for Marcus Stan, looking for a good drive now to the back straight. The car run wide using the curb into Villeneuve. We go quick left-hander before the following right-hander. Almost setting yourself up for the second corner after this one. Then placing the car well. The car very set up. Oh, just as I said, that lose the back end. But Marcus corrects the car nicely. Nice car control there by Marcus Stan. And looking forward to improve his delta, but he doesn't do so. Jadwat also not bettering his delta time. So Ghostworks struggling to come up with an answer for RPM's Leslie Oliphant. As Bashir Jadwat, in fact, opts out of the lap. Stan is going to continue. He's also going to abandon that lap. Here comes Wayne Watley, 5th position. And Smith is also on an out lap. Who else is on a quick lap? Chris Heineken is 10th up on his best delta time. 3/10 now, so great run through turn 1 and 2 for Heineken. With the HRT BMW further up on the grid, if he continues like this, he might get 5th position. In overtime, does Chris Heineken start the lap in time? I think he has. Now almost 4/10 up on his best delta time. We're going to go on board with Chris. And he maintains this great momentum that he's found. But it is Leslie Oliphant looking pretty comfortable in pole position, provisional pole position. He will know in a few, just under a minute, if he's in fact got it or not. I'm sure he has. Chris Heineken now up half a second on his best lap time. This might give him 4th position if he continues that. Lost a bit of momentum through Variant to Alta. Alta chicane, lost about 2/10, so I think 5th position is out of the question for him unless he gets an amazing run through the last 2 corners. And he's got 2/10 back, So it looks like he's going to be about 3/10 faster as Chris Heineke. That should net him around, could be 5th position, taking Wayne Watley's 5th position away from him, and he has done so. It's a great final lap there by Chris Heineke, and he just crosses the line before the session finishes as well. Good stuff there by Heineke and HRT. He'll be happy, he'll be stoked about that. Just 30 seconds behind before we start this formation lap. There's the Oliphant to the man on pole position, has started the formation lap. He's bunched the field, and he will do so for the entire lap until the final corner of the track. We'll speed up to race pace and get proceedings underway. And he'll be looking to bunch up the field from the Alta chicane. Of course, look for that good start and open the gap back to Bashir Jadwat if he can. Will Bashir Jadwat be able to claim 2 victories from 2 races after, of course, taking victory at Brands Hatch? And of course, his run through the orders. Leslie Oliphant leads Bashir Jadwat from Marcus Steyn. Chris Langeveld for Team Redline from 4th position. Chris Heineke from 5th, of course, for HRT. Wayne Watley strong in 6th position. Brenton Seunarain 7th. Wesley Front in 8th. Gustav Jacobs in 9th position for Smith Racing. Nick Hodgson for Dodge and Guts in 10th. Matthew Boy for Synergy Racing in 11th, Nazim Edwards in 12th, Peter Caldanis in 13th, Tim Smith in 14th, Stefan Sparks 15th position for Sparks Racing, of course Hugo de Witt in 16th, Daniel Becker in 17th, Yazin Ismail in 18th position, and Edwin Govender rounds up the field in 19th. Oliphants now reach the bunch up point, brings the field together. Trying to warm up the tyres side by side. He's working that wheel away. Oliphant on the hard tyre, so the cars behind him. He's got a good start by Oliphant, or has he? Because Bashir Jadwat's right with him. And Jadwat will be slipstreaming that yellow BMW down the main straight we go. Then teammate, Jadwat's teammate right behind him in third position. Here we go. It is RPM leading Ghostworks into turn one, with Redline just behind them in fourth position with Chris Langeveld. So under braking we go for turn one. Jadwat slightly later than Oliphant there. But Oliphant survives. He'll be looking to pull the gap as soon as he can. Pretty clean through the rest of the field. Good start by these guys. Jadwat now, let's go on board with Jadwat. To Tosa we go. Jadwat using a tighter line than Oliphant, but Oliphant's got a better drive that way. And Jadwat would have noticed that and made a note for next time he goes around there. Now we're down to Accra Minerali, 2-corner complex. The driver of this corner don't use too much of the curb, but the driver is respecting the white lines nicely. You can see Chris Langeveld edging towards front three. The red line racing driver in fourth position, catching up to Ghostworks. So this is shaping up to a fascinating race so far. Chris Heineke now in fifth position. He follows, or Wayne Watt is following closely. And so is Brent Lindsay Ray. Lindsay Ray's got his teammate Wesley Ferrand right behind him, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are teammates, in fact. Gustav Jacobs looking strong in ninth, and he's got Nick Hodgson all over him. So, and the fight's gone board with Nick Hodgson with the Dodge and Gut BMW. We're running two races this evening. The challenge split is being broadcasted live on YouTube. So if you go to the Sim Race South Africa YouTube channel, you'll find Amrish Seunarain conducting that live stream, also live commentating too. I'm manning the Facebook live stream, streaming the series split. And of course the top 12 drivers from this race go through to the SS Sim GT series split. So everybody racing for something this evening, looking to progress to the Pro Series round 2. And we see Jadwat with a lunge up the inside, hasn't quite worked out, and in fact compromises the exit somewhat. Leslie Oliphant is still got it, he's leading this race. Oliphant doing a sterling job. Jadwat have to think about how he's going to approach Oliphant, possibly how he could pressurize him into mistake. Tanik in fifth position, Wayne Watley in sixth, Lindsay Ray in seventh, Ferrand in eighth. We've got this great fight for eighth, but Ferrand followed by Gustav Jacobs and Nick Hodgson. So this is a tasty battle going on. Matthew Boy in 11th, Nazim Edwards in 12th position. Very tight in the midfield towards the back as well. This is the magic of the racing at Sim Race South Africa. Everybody's got somebody to race against, all different skill sets. Nick Hodgson now with a great run, and Gustav Jacobs will go on board with him, looking for that slipstream. He's got it. Got the inside line to turn 1-2 if he can maintain it. Surely's got him, has he? Yes, he has. A great job there by Nick Hodgson. Dodge and Gut move up one position. Nick Hodgson's teammate has gone to, unfortunately, not racing this evening due to other commitments. Go back to the front of the field, and Olifant still leads by just half a second ahead of Bashir Jadwat. Of course, each of these drivers have to do a mandatory pit stop too, so there's some strategy involved in this race. And it's going to be fascinating to see who comes into the pits when. But all of the front runners down to 10th position are running on the hard tyre, where Matthew Boy is on the medium. Matthew Boy is in fact on the attack. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening with Matthew Boy. Matthew Boy is in fact dropped back from Gustav Jacobs. He was 2 tenths behind him, but he has a great battle opening. There's Nazim Edwards. It's got Tim Smith all over him. And Tim Smith has actually got the better line through the following corner, this heavy braking corner for Ravatsa 1. He's got him. Great braking maneuver there by Tim Smith. And Smith Racing moves up 1-2. It's run wide though. And Nazim Edwards got a good, he's got someone off. I do think that's Chris Heineke. Yes, it is Heineke. Wrong again. He keeps going. That's the spirit. We have Yazini Ismail passing him for 14th position. Oh, it's all very close here. Nazim Edwards has got Daniel Beck all over him. Go on board with Becker. Back with the race leaders now. Olifant leads Jadwat still. Battle rages on. Fantastic racing. But Jadwat now, he must be getting impatient now. He wants to get on with it. He doesn't want to see his pit stop strategy compromised if he can help it. But not quite close enough that time. Light area there by Jadwat sees Olifant getting away slightly. Unfortunately, we had Adrian Governor disconnect from the server, so he's our first retirement of the evening. We'll go and have a look at the battle for 9th position. Next up, Jacobs has still got Matthew Boy. Wants to get past. Of course, Boy on the medium tire compared to Jacobs on the hard tire. With Matthew Boy. We drove by Tim Smith through the first complex of corners. For the inside line to Villeneuve, he decides to opt out of it. The Boy going slightly defensive into Villeneuve, not allowing Tim Smith an inch. We've also got Leslie Oliphant leading this race by 0.4 of a second ahead of Bashir Jadwat. Marcus staying further about 2 seconds behind him. Dane now coming under pressure from Chris Langeveld in 4th. But this is just about the closest battle at the moment. Tim Smith trying to take it to Matthew Boy. We're going to jump to the fight for the lead, which is hotting up. We're braking for Alta. Jadwat with the sneaky look up the inside. Hasn't quite worked out. Oliphant seems to have things figured out at the moment. We approaching sort of the third way through the race. Chris Langeveld in 4th, pressing Marcus Stone for their 3rd position. Jabba getting absolute all sideways out of Tosa. Being pointed in the right direction. expect the first pit stops to start happening in the next 5 laps. And perhaps this is a play by Bashir Jadwat just to hang back and assess things. And as I said, that Jadwat's gone off. The commentator's curse hits again. He's actually slowing down. What has happened to Bashir Jadwat? He's pulled off and slowed down for some reason, so perhaps a technical issue for Bashir Jadwat. Let's put paid to his challenge for the win of this race, and he's got going again. So perhaps some technical difficulties for him. Marcus Day now up into second position. He takes over that second from teammate Jadwat. Christopher Langeveld now into third. Of course, Wayne Ward into fifth. Jadwat's got going into fifth, so strange. Strange development there for Ghostworks and Jadwat. He's under pressure now from Lindsay Ray, the 333 BMW. Ray's going to run at Jadwat, looking for the outside line if he can. No, Jadwat shuts the door. On certain terms. A great fight here for 10th position between Daniel Becker and Matthew Boy. Is Becker, in fact it's Nazim Edwards and Daniel Becker going at it. Becker was briefly passed, but Nazim Edwards had snatched it back. We go on board with Daniel Becker now. Down the main straight we go. Becker will be looking to see which way Edwards goes and to pick a line for turn 1. Oh, Edwards is going to cover. Going to go defensive. Daniel Becker's got no option but to go around him if he can. Has he pulled that off? No, he hasn't. He thought about it, but then pulled out of it last second. Becker's going to get a good run on him now. But no, Edwards will maintain that 11th position for now. Zolifan now with a 2.5 second lead over Marcus Stan. Chris Langveld's in 3rd, Wayne Wortley in 4th. Edward recovering from 5th after that weird moment. Becker's got the inside line. Everybody opted out of it as Edwards actually gave him some space. Fantastic fight here. Becker's gone off, unfortunately. He recovers, but lost a lot of ground to Edwards. Leslie Oliphant now with a solid 2.5 second gap, maintaining that back to Marcus Stain. Oliphant well in command and control of this race. Doesn't seem that Bashir Jadwat's going to have it all his way for this race after taking victory at Brands Hatch. But please, of course, if you are watching the racing, you want to get involved with the online simulation racing movement, if I can call it that, I'm pretty sure I can. You can visit us at www.simracesa.co.za, register on the forum, put your name down for an open race. It's the open racing is the best way to get involved, to try things for the first time, get to know the community, yeah, we're a great bunch of guys and girls. We've got Merlin Haroff racing in the challenge split. In the other race, you can catch that race live on YouTube, on our Sim Race South Africa YouTube channel. And certainly welcome to join us and help us grow sim racing in South Africa. We try to live stream every Monday and Wednesday evening. Now, of course, if you feel that you experience or you feel you're good enough, you're welcome to jump straight into the Pro Series qualifier races. And this is a Pro Series qualifier race in the M2 Series Championship, where this is the qualifying race to get in the South African Sim GT Series, our flagship championship, our GT3 championship. Types of cars that run there: the Lamborghini Huracan, the Nissan GTR GT3, the BMW Z4 GT3, and all the types of cars you found in the real world Blancpain GT Series. We try and mirror that championship as much as we can at Sim Race South Africa in the South African Sim GT Series. And the racing is fantastic. It's close. It's fair. We've got, we haven't had a pit stop just yet. Expect that to happen soon. But things staying pretty stagnant at the front. The top three pretty evenly spread out. We're going to go and have a look at the battle for 14th position. Very tight there. And, 14th in fact. Yazin Ismail is under pressure from Gustav Jacobs and Brent Lindsay Ray. Lindsay Ray is falling back to 16th position. I do suspect he's in fact done a pit stop. But Gustav Jacobs going to run on Yazin. Oh, he's been mistake by Yazin. Here comes Lindsay Ray and Gustav Jacobs looking to go around the outside of Ismail. Can he make it work? Go on board with Gustav. Yazin will be on our inside. Gustav Jacobs is going to go around the outside of Yazin Ismail. So great move. Oh, they run side by side up the hill. It's not quite over yet. What can he do? Jacobs around the outside. It's brave. Won't make contact. Through comes Brenton Zero. Going to take the position away from Jacobs. Of course, Gustav Jacobs fighting against the two Echo Racing BMWs. Oh, Yazin's made an error. Through goes Lindsay Ray. Gustav Jacobs will sneak by as well. But Eric costly for Ismail. Geldernes in 13th position. Hugo de Wit in 12th. Daniel Becker in 11th. So Becker and Hugo de Wit at the moment the last of the qualifiers for the South African Sim GT Series. Of course, the top 12 from this race go through. Seunarain battling to shake off Gustav Jacobs. But these two have done their pit stop. If I'm not mistaken, Azini Ismail also into the pit lane. But none of the front runners have stopped just yet. We have 12 laps remaining. There's Oliphant is pitted from the lead. Suddenly Marcus Steyn finds himself leading, but of course he has to do his pit stop. Then he'll be putting the hammer down as much as he can. Let's have a look to see where Oliphant rejoins. He joins in 4th position, and with quite a bit of clear air in front of him. So he'll be looking to send that lead as much as he can, as it were, from 4th position, waiting for Steyn to make his pit stop. Let's see which strategy pays off here, as Marcus Steyn, if he's fueled correctly, he could be running long. And perhaps he started the race with a heavier fuel load compared to Chris Langerfeldt. And now he's able to pick up the pace a bit more with a lighter car and using a longer run to overcut Leslie Oliphant for the lead of this race. We're going to find out. We've got 11 laps remaining. How long will Marcus Steyn go for? That's the question. Of course, that man, Chris Langerfeldt looking dangerous in 2nd position, right behind Steyn, just 2 seconds behind him. The Oliphant is now 17 seconds behind Marcus Steyn. We can sort of monitor that gap. The laps get counted. Oh, here comes Marcus Steyn. Early start for him. Chris Langerfeldt's going to stay out and go longer. So Langerfeldt will lead this race. Goes past. There he goes. Marcus Steyn will come in for his pit stop. I'm sure it'll just be a stop and go. Proved the fastest strategy. But through goes Bashir Jadwat. So Jadwat comes out in the lead of this race. Leslie Oliphant just going to pass Marcus Steyn for second, a net second. Unfortunately, Marcus Steyn has lost out quite a bit here. Jadwat still has to do a pit stop, of course. I'm getting a bit too excited for nothing, forgive me. But Oliphant maintains his lead that he had before the pit stop. So pity that Marcus Steyn couldn't go longer. Of course, man, Chris Langerfeldt currently leading us to do his pit stop. But let's see how his strategy will work for him. Just 10 laps remaining here at Imola for round 2 of the championship. Langerfeldt stays out for yet another lap. Are looking strong. The team Redline Racing BMW teammate Peter Kalner is currently down in 10th position. He's Olifant now extending the gap to Marcus Stain. Just about 3 seconds now, so has pulled out half a second on Stain. Tim Smith comes to the pit lane from 8th position. Fortunately first, the field pretty evenly spread out at the moment. Except for this lot, as Hugo de Wit's going to put a move on Steven Sparks for 15th. Oh, contact there, a bit of lag contact. I think Daniel, or who was that? Hugo de Wit, I think, just lagged ever so slightly, and Steven Sparks couldn't do anything about it, really. Contact with him. Langeveld cross navigates the final corner. He does come into the pits. So this is going to hand the lead of the race to Bashir Jadwat, or will he come in for his pit stop? No, Jadwat stays out longer. Here comes Leslie Olifant. I think he's going to beat Langeveld to the end of the pit lane. Langeveld's got going again. No, Leslie Olifant's going to easily get it. So Olifant back into the net, leader of this race, after Bashir Jadwat will conduct his pit stop. Olifant, Steyn and Langeveld maintain their order as they were before they did their pit stops. So no change. Nick Hodgson into 5th position. Wesley Ferrant in 6th in the Echo Racing BMW. Zim Edwards in 12th position, and the pressure now from Lindsay Ray. They're looking up for the inside line. Sure, he's going to opt out of it. Yes, he does. Good drive out of this corner now into Tosa. And Edwards is wise to it. Up the inside. No. Not available to him. Bashir White into the pit lane. Here comes Olifant to take the lead of this race once again. Jadwat will rejoin in 4th position, or will he? He'll be under pressure now from Nick Hodgson. Nick Hodgson's going to just pip Jadwat to 4th. Langeveld, interesting enough, swapped to the medium tyre during the pit stop. So let's see what that does to his lap times. And can he take it to the front 2 runners, Steyn and Olifant? That's development for the race. Jadwat up the inside, lunge up the inside on Hodgson. That what? That what has got Hodgson? He was the front end for his pit stop. What can Chris Langeveld do on the medium tire? He's got just 6 laps remaining though. Around 4.5 seconds behind Stan. Holden is second in 9th position. Gustav Jacobs completes the top 10 at the moment. Matthew Boy in 11th for Synergy. Brendan Zira in 12th for Echo Racing. But at the moment it is this man's race to lose, Leslie Oliphant, on his return to SimRace South Africa. So this is throwing a bit of a span in the works. That's what we like to see. Hugo de Wit circulating in 18th position. Trying to chase down Yazin Ismail. This is the white BMW. It's actually Team No Luck Racing. Needing some luck to get onto the terms of that black BMW in front of him. Yazin Ismail. Stephen Sparks in a second-hand looking BMW. 16th position. Chris Heineke recovering after that incident at the start of the race, currently in 15th position, trying to take it to Daniel Becker. On board with Heineke, into the ultra chicane we go. Give as much as you can, try and get the car turned. Becker's running a bit wide, we lost some time on that slippery outer part of the track, the green AstroTurf. Down towards Ravazza 1, and the braking, we got a difficult corner to get right. Bit of the curve, get the car turned. Daniel Becker is certainly able to match Chris Heineke through the Ravazza complex. And if you're watching the stream and you want to get involved in the race at SimRace South Africa, we currently are using the PC version of Assetto Corsa and the various DLCs that come with it. And you're welcome to visit our website at www.simracesa.co.za. Register on our forum and put your name down for your first fun race. As you see, Heinike's got a good run on Becker. Trying on the outside of Aqua Minerali, that's brave. Becker shuts the door. Heineke goes late on the brakes. Hits his momentum somewhat though. Back on board with Heineke towards the ultra chicane we go. The outside, that's brave. Becker comes from nowhere, obviously using a lot of the curb to that first corner, first apex. Down to Ravazza we go once again. I think this is about the closest battle on track at the moment, as Leslie Oliphant's maintain that lead to Marcus Dane by 2.2 seconds. Control of this race, is he? Becker moving side to side, trying to break the toe back to Heineke. It's an interesting move that. I myself have been guilty of that too in my racing. Brakes we go, Heineke a bit later, a bit more efficient under braking. Becker's got the better drive out of that second corner, so interesting approaches by the two drivers. Similar results. Sometimes it's amazing how each of us approaches a corner differently. And again, Heineke with a bit of a tighter line. Becker a bit wider. Into Tosa we go. Oh, Becker's got a drop. Here comes Heineke. Surely looking for the inside line. Got him, surely. Next corner is the left-hander. Heineke should have the inside line. Or will Becker go around him? Becker's trying to go around. No, it hasn't worked out. So Heineke is up into 14th position, but is he? Here comes Becker. He's going to try and go on the outside, will he? Fantastic battle this is. Becker's run wide into the grass, gets a slow down. Good driving by Becker. They could have gone sideways very quickly. But we just got 2 laps remaining. And Oliphant keep it together under pressure. Heineke runs wide. Here comes Becker. Becker's going to go back into 14th. Yes, he does. So these two having a fantastic scrap and entertaining scrap during the last 2 laps of this race. Thank you very much for joining me watching this race. It's been a pleasure. Fortunately, I've been solo in the commentary booth. Co-commentator is handling things in the YouTube live stream of the challenge split, the second split to this championship. He's got Becker. Becker's going to try running him again. Becker looking for the slipstream. Down the back straight into Villeneuve we go. Becker's going to try. Oh, Heineke's trying to run him wide. Heineke maintain. Heineke's run wide. Becker's going to get through. And Becker's through. Up into 14th he goes. I think Heineke unfortunately just lost it on his own there. Nick Hodgson comes into the pit lane from 5th position, so a very late stop there for the Dodge and Gut racing car. We're going to have a look at our race leader, Leslie Oliphant. There's that gap back to Bashir Jadwat. You can see the white and red car just in the distance. Here he is now. The stunning Ghostworks BMW. Freshly painted car. Marcus then gets it all crossed up into Tosa again, getting it sideways. There's an Ismail lap down in 17th. Chris Langeveld will notch a podium here. A solid result for Chris Langeveld. There's the Oliphant now on way to start the final lap of this race. What a comeback for Leslie Oliphant. This would have raised a few eyebrows, I'm pretty sure. Judging by the lap times that Ghostworks were doing throughout the weekend, I'm pretty sure they would have had it if it wasn't for this man, Leslie Oliphant, who promptly signed up for the race. I think it was yesterday. Really, this BMW M235R model of the car is suiting his driving style and what he can do around the circuit. Steven Sparks in the background just getting a bit loose, but he is let pass Marcus stand pretty easily. Steven Sparks now a lap down. He is currently circulating in 16th position. The only fun will just be bringing it home, perhaps not so much on the edge. He has been. Yeah, it's a pity that Bashir Jadwat had to slow down like that during, I think it was just before the halfway mark of the race, pulling over for whatever reason. A bit of a technical difficulty. But take nothing away from this man, Leslie Oliphant. He's come in and he's started from pole position and dominated the race throughout. Just 2 corners remaining for Leslie Oliphant in the RPM BMW. Leslie Oliphant will win at Imola. Congratulations to him. Marcus Stan will get 2nd position. Steven Sparks is down in 16th position. Chris Langeveld to complete the podium. Top 3 for him. Bashir Jadwat will cross line in 4th position. Yazin Ismail in 17th. Hugo De Wit in 18th. Wayne Wortley will come through to get 5th position. Solid result for him. Good stuff. Nick Hodgson, 6th position for Dodge and Gut Racing. Wesley Ferrant will cross the line in 7th for Echo Racing. Solid result again for him. Tim Smith in 8th position. Peter Geldenes will get 9th. Gustav Jacobs will complete the top 10. Brent Lindsay Ray will get 11th. And Matthew Boy is the last of our South African simGD Series qualifiers for this race. Top 12th, no, I beg your pardon. Brenton Zure is in fact in 12th position. So Lindsay Ray is in fact the last South African simGD Series qualifier. Matthew, I believe our timing is a bit messing around a bit. I'll confirm their top 12 result later on. So, but a great result for Leslie Oliphant. What a drive by him. Daniel Becker will come through to finish in 16th position. Chris Heineke will finish in 17th. Well, that concludes round 2 of the South African simGD Series at Imola. From me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for this Wednesday evening's open race. It will be live streamed from 8 p.m. on Wednesday evening, and then again on Monday we're live streaming the South African simGD Series split. Well, until then, thank you very much and goodbye for now.